Hi guys, so I'm out again. This is going to be another part of my looking for camps for newbies, looking for a campsite. So I think I come across a spot what would be quite nice for a campsite or bug out site. So I'm going to pan around so you can see in the background. So again, there's a lot of pine. And there's quite a lot of dead pine around as well, but the one just behind me, just over there, you can see more brown, light brown. Sorry, I've got my little girl with me today, and it's been really good. I'm actually teaching her to look for mushrooms, but not to touch them, obviously. So she's been spotting out mushrooms, and so I know when to take pictures. I'm going to put again links to mushrooms what we've seen, and if they're edible or not edible. And it's a good way of teaching your children, because then they see the stuff what you're looking for, and then they can pinpoint it. And then when you make your little cards up, you can actually say, right, go and find these ones, and then they will go off and find them. And you know, I mean, she's only 2.5, and she knows not to touch the mushrooms, to point them out, until I say which ones can be touched and which ones can't. I wish I could say the same when she can't find raspberries or blackberry bushes, because she just piles in and just scoffs them all. But so yeah, this site is nice and firm ground. It's in elevated position. Further down this way, there is a stream. Not a very good stream, but there is a stream. The water will have to be boiled and purified in some way. But there's a lot of material here for making your camp, for your bug out camp. It's off the beaten track. You can hear the road from here, but as you know, you can be a good few miles away from a major road and you'll still hear it. So yes, I would actually consider building a little camp here. There's various ones what you can build, using the shape of the hill what we're on. You can actually dig in to the ground like a foxhole, then cover it over. So now it's just a case of seeing what wildlife will potentially be around. Now I'm 95% sure there'd be rabbits around here somewhere. I've not seen any rabbit droppings, but I will be going down towards where the greener area is, just down here, because obviously that's what they would be eating, is the green grass and leaves and any fruit and stuff that they can find, or vegetables if there's vegetables down there. But yeah, this is a nice spot. So things for you to look out for to decide if you're going to build a camp. You need building materials. It's a big bonus. Nice firm ground, so it's not marshy, because if it's marshy you're going to sink in, and during the wet weather it's just going to be a nightmare for you. There's quite a bit of cover. There's not many actually fallen trees. When I say fallen trees, like storm damaged trees, where they've been uprooted and blown over. So that's pretty good. So the trees would be quite sturdy here. My little girl's seen something, so she wants me to go this way. Oh yep, she's found a new type of mushroom, so I'm going to take a picture of this one. That would be another one what I would actually look up. There's plenty of dried wood. Yeah, this would be a good area for a little for you to dig in. Now you can plan ahead. Now there's not much sunlight getting through, so it's no good like thinking, oh, I will plant loads of plant things, like loads of vegetables, or because they're not going to get the sunlight, and you don't know what wildlife's around. You plant loads of carrots and potatoes, you could end up having the rabbits eating all your carrots and stuff. So you really do need to discover what's around. But yeah, this would be a good spot. As you can see, ground's nice and firm. There's a lot of cover, dead trees for you to build your camp. You can dig in and blend it in. Mark certain areas where you can store stuff. If you're going to store stuff up here, I would recommend getting like a plastic tube, only like a foot to 2 foot, depending how much you want to store. Prepare the food what you're going to store, put it in the plastic tube, about 8-inch diameter with 2 end caps. So if it's only 2 foot, it's not going to be too much of a big deal burying it. And yeah, you can store a few of these up there, so you would have a supply already here. So you know, if you do come up to this one, you've got a supply here. If anything happens to your supplies, you could keep an extra knife in there, and other types of materials, firelight and stuff. Basically, just to keep you going. You know, if you are in a position where you have to bug out, you've got a good bug out location here. Right, so I'm actually on the pathway around the hill. So I want to show you from outside what would be the perimeter of where I would have my camp, so you could see what you'd see. This is coming up at the bottom, so it would be west. Now, good thing is I found some blackberries, so we've got raspberries and blackberries now. So again, do scout around, because finding this extra food source is a gem. You know, there was, as I've seen evidence of birds' nests, there was eggshells. So, but it's getting up there and getting the bird's nest for eggs. But I'm going to look around. So that's what you see if you're on the path, and this is the path. So obviously it's wide enough for a car to go down, and that's that way. So my camp will be up that hill. Now, as you go in, you started getting more and more cover, and from the pathway there's less visibility, so that's perfect. So you're going to be out of the way, so if someone was walking along the path, you would see them, because you'd have that visibility looking down through the trees. You might not notice them straight away, because obviously the trees will obscure your vision for a complete 360, but you will spot them. And so if you're not making too much noise, you'll be hidden away. Having the extra food source, so raspberries down on the west, blackberries on the west, raspberries to the north, squirrels over to the east, what I've seen. So it's been quite a good scouting mission for a camp. So, and this is quite a large blackberry bush. As you can see, it starts from just about there, and it runs up all the way along the side of the path over to the back there. It's on both sides, and it does go up quite a way. It even goes up into the tree line, which is good. So I know there's, sorry, I keep looking down to see if I see extra bits and pieces to show you. So it's a good thing. So there's plenty of fresh berries. Still not seen any signs of rabbits, but obviously this is a bit more of an undergrowth across here. So pound to a penny, there will be some form of wildlife in there. More like, hopefully, I'm looking for rabbits, because rabbit stew on a cold night is excellent, you know. So some things what I'm going to be thinking about doing is planting. I will be planting some other stuff, because I've not seen any evidence up there, and I would choose certain plants what don't need that much light, and what would spread. I am actually tempted to pick some of them blackberries and take them home with me. So I might do that before I set off, and just make sure my little one doesn't see them. So yeah, so this little scouting trip for camp has been well worth it. I found a nice spot. Yes, there's been other people there, but I'm sure it's just been kids camping out. It might be another prepper, but who knows? If it is another prepper and you're watching this video on YouTube, just send me a message, and either we can meet up, see if we can get along, or I'll just find another area. I don't want to encroach on someone else's bug out plans, because if you're not compatible with someone else, it just leads to hostilities, and that's my resource, don't you be taking it, and all that stuff. But from what I've seen of preppers, we're all similar minded. We all share. I'm a little girl smelling flowers now. So we're all similar minded. We all got the same interests. We all got the same drive, the same ambition of surviving after a major event, or whatever it may be. Everyone's got their own opinion on what's going to happen, but it always leads to the similar sort of stuff, as I already explained in previous videos. Just depends on the severity of what you need to plan for. Now, if there was a major flood, I know this area is 300 foot above sea level, but so depending on what actually happens, some people say about polar shifts. So if a polar shift happen and the ice caps melt, some people say the water table could rise up to 250 to 300 feet. Well, up on that area up there, we'll be above the 300 meter tide line. So down on this point, I know where the car park is, which is further up and further down, that that's 300 feet. So up in that hill, we'll be above the sea line or tide line, and we just have to hope it don't last too long. Yes, it might be a bit inconvenient for the plant life, so we would have to do without all them natural resources, but we have a lot of food to last us a while, for the water to recede and hopefully the plants to grow back again. But we'll have frozen berries. Well, we'll have frozen berries to start. It won't be frozen during the course of it all, but we'll have seeds of all types of vegetables and fruit with us, so it won't be frozen, don't worry. So that's that trip. The southern end was mainly the route what I took to go up. Again, still not seeing rabbit life, any signs of any rabbits, but I'm sure there's rabbits around, because there's rabbits everywhere. Right, so that's it for today. I will be going back out and find another location to see if another campsite would be a suitable one. As I say, you always try and have minimum 3 bug out areas, which be like point to point, which you can either travel to and then plan your journey. If you're gonna have a bug out plan, have 3 bug out plans, because one area might not be suitable, and try and make one a urbanish scenario. So if you needed to bug into an urban area, try and think of something like along them lines of where you would go, how you would secure a den or like an area what you would call home for a little while. It's not going to hurt you planning for that. You've obviously got to plan for a lot more people being around, how you're going to defend your areas, your resources. So there's a lot more factors to take in place of that. So what I might do is do a video later on after I've done the 3 areas for this area, to do an urban one. I know I'm going to be doing one to cover a coastal line, to do a bug out on the coast, because obviously you've got a lot of resources there. But again, if the tide line, if you think it's going to be a massive big flood, the coast is not where you want to be if the sea level is going to rise. But that may be in case of other things to happen. Right, so have fun, and I'll get back to you and see you soon.